Welcome everybody to our California's Women Business Center webinar of today. We're gonna wait a few minutes to start, and hopefully we'll get some other people to join us, so we're giving them a few minutes. Thank you. So welcome to our webinar of today. I want to thank you for joining us this afternoon. It's already afternoon for us here in California. And this program is brought to you thanks to California Women Business Centers. This is an organization of 13 women's centers across California that are providing us this webinar today. My name is Ruth Garcia, and I'm today's host. We are Canterbury Business Center, and we provide support for business development. So today's topic is an interesting one. It's about eBay. eBay is one of the biggest market platforms that we have in the world, and it's a great opportunity to start a small business. So you're in the right place today. Again, my name is Ruth Garcia, and I used to be the executive director of the Women Business Center of Los Angeles in 2018 and 2019. We provided great programming of workshops and one-on-one consultations. We were awarded by the SBA the Excellence Award for our center and for myself. And I'm very proud to say it because this is a very important award. And we were representing the 9th district of the SBA, which includes California, Nevada, Arizona, Hawaii, and Guam. Thank you again for joining us, and I hope we can answer all your questions today in this important topic. This is an introductory class on eBay. We want to be able to give you the information, the basic information to understand if eBay is a tool that you can use to grow your business or to start your business. So let's talk a little bit about history. When did eBay started? So eBay started by Pierre, and his name it's well known by all these owners of eBay because Pierre was somebody that is an engineer. He's a program engineer. His last name is Omidajar. He started eBay as an idea to sell products similar to a garage sale, but online. And remember, this is the 90s, so it's in the moment where internet is starting and where internet is becoming an important tool for people to connect online. And this is the early days of the internet. So for him to understand the power of internet in these beginnings of internet is so wonderful, because through him as a programmer, he started to find that people had these items at home that could be put in a garage sale, but then your garage sale is a few hours on a Saturday or a Sunday or on a weekend, and these hours were not enough to showcase all your products, and then you're bargaining, and the value maybe of a product is not seen by the buyer because they're just buying stuff. Well, with him, he thought, well, this is a great opportunity to put wonderful pictures and describe it really powerful to bring out the value of that product. So it's interesting that people say, there's a story that says that his girlfriend was a collector of P-E-Z, Pez, this kind of candy dispensers. And years later, they found out that that was not the real story, that that was kind of fun story to start the business. And it attracted a lot of toy collectors and people that were in this business. But the first item that was sold in eBay, it's actually that picture, and it's a pointer. And it's interesting that when he put that pointer, he specifically said, it's not working. It's not, it's a pointer that is broken. It looks perfectly, but it's not working. So this person buys it for $14.87, and he was surprised that this happened. And immediately he sends an email and said, did you understood that this item is not working? And he said, yeah, I'm just a collector of this type of items. So this is how actually eBay starts, and it's all about electronics. But with the story that they did, the PR, the press release, and people started learning that it was collectible items, this amazing little toy, the beanies that were so famous in those years, people, it was so hard to find them in retail stores. So in 1997 became 10% of all the sales of eBay were people exchanging these little toys and giving that platform an opportunity, even though the toy manufacturer had a page online where you can go and find them. eBay became the biggest place to do it. So what is eBay? So eBay is an online store where you put items to sell, and you can sell them with a price or as an auction. And again, this is a great platform for used items, for vintage items, and it's all replacing like our mentality of a garage sale. Isn't it fun? So why eBay? Why eBay for you? Why would you, as a small business or a person, an entrepreneur that wants to start a business, why eBay will work for you? So there's the big monsters of online marketplaces. We know Amazon is a monster in the sense that, you know, it's all over the world. eBay has is the second biggest online platform that sells used things. Well, Amazon is all new. eBay has new things and has used things. So it gives you another opportunity to reach a whole broader market in the world. So these people, millions of eBayers, that's how they call them, buying and selling on a daily basis. You can start selling on your eBay account from home. You can test products, test ideas. You don't have to have a big warehouse and employees and things already operating. You can start selling in eBay to see how this works for you. And sellers have the opportunity to sell 24/7 and worldwide. That means that while you're sleeping, eBay is still selling for you. In other parts of the world where people are not sleeping, they can be buying from you, and it becomes a worldwide store that you have online. Pretty neat, right? Okay, what are the advantages of eBay? We already mentioned a few, but eBay offers a window to international markets. That is wonderful, because now your little store from your home is watched in any place of the world. Your items can be seen, purchased all over the world. eBay business model offers a great advantage to receive the payments. You know, one of the biggest hustles of having a business is how you get the money when you're selling a product. How do you get paid? You know, and what if they're using no funds check, or what if they're using a stolen credit card? So those are things that when you do business, you feel so bad when something like that happens to you. So by eBay being part of your business and collecting funds for you, or it's in a way protecting your operations. The strict control of the accounts, you have to have an account, you have to register in eBay to be able to buy. So it gives you a little bit more confidence, and it goes through a natural filter, and in a degree, there's less possibility of have scammers. Now, eBay has payments through PayPal. That's a great tool because many people today uses PayPal to pay things, to buy stuff, and or to receive payments. So it's already incorporated. So that's another option. You can pick other options of payment methods. Like, for example, people can send you mail you a check, a money order. You can, the debit card can be registered or a credit card, but PayPal is a very safe operation that you can have. eBay has a very strong position in the marketplace. As we were explaining, is the second biggest market. The first one's Amazon. So that gives your online store a prestige that eBay accepted you and that you're part of that world. Okay, so how does it work? Well, we understand that it's a virtual online store. It's like the landlord for you, in the sense that when you open a brick and mortar, a store in your neighborhood, you're going to be paying a landlord to open your store. This is kind of the similar concept, only it's online. And there's all these regulations. You'll have to pass through several regulations and understand how eBay does their what are their conditions for you to operate. And all this is while you're signing the contracts and signing and opening your account. You'll learn all about it. The other good thing is that eBay has their promotional and marketing programs, and eBay by itself, it's a big brand. So it puts you to a level of a big company, even though you're operating from your kitchen and from your little garage. You are in the same level as any other big company. Okay, how do we open or start an account? How do we open our business in eBay? So the first requirement, of course, it's your email. You'll have to have an email account. You go to ebay.com and you follow the steps through the process. There's going to be different options of eBay. You can go through eBay through a Google account, or you could go and sign in through Facebook. But the option of going straightly to ebay.com is a simple one. You have to choose a password. And why is this so important? Because we tend to open our accounts and then we forget the password, and then each time you want to go back, you need to redefine it. And so always put it in a safe place, because you're going to be probably operating from your computer. But if you go to your cellular and it's going to ask you the password, you might be so used to working from your computer, you might not be able to go in. So setting up everything at the same time, having everything open for you to operate, will facilitate your business. You need to fill out all the requests and you'll get a welcome email. This is going to be fun for you. So there's going to be two types of accounts that you can open. Your personal account, this is more for you to buying product. Maybe you're doing it in a very low level of volume. You're testing, you open the personal and you start there, right? Now, it's still, you're going to need to follow requirements, and you still have to go through all the operational records. All the operational records are going to be your responsibility, and tax obligations too. And when we say taxes, if you don't have a reseller permit, you'll have to pay taxes. Now, business. When you open the business account, now we're at a different level, because now we're really involved in opening that small business. And you can open in a personal account and then change it to a business. So that's another powerful thing that you can do. You can always start with personal, test it, understand it. And I always recommend that you look at similar stores that will be like your role model of store. Why I say this? Because everything in business is understanding the competition. You need to understand how they're positioning themselves in the market, in the sense of understanding their wording. How do they do the descriptions? How they take the pictures, the pricing. If I'm going to put an item that is already selling in eBay, I need to go check who is good I'm going to be competing with, right? What are the prices, the colors, the type of pictures, and how they describe it. Why? Because those descriptions are going to have specific words that will help you in the search engine optimization of your store. So those tag words and everything that they use is going to help you bring traffic to your store. So first of all, you have to understand what is the level of the business that you want to open. eBay has different levels. They have a starter level, a basic level, a premium level, level, and an anchor. So all those levels are going to be different pricing and more goodies, let's say, for you. So you'll have to, maybe you start somewhere and move along. Be careful with that and understand how they work on those regulations, because they might hold you a longer time in a place because of the type of business that you selected. And because now we're in the big guys, we're a business, so they're going to require us a license and permit. So you can start with a DBA, an LLC, or a corporation, or a partnership, depending on the type of legal structure that your business has. And of course, you're going to need a business license. And if you're a reseller, you need a seller's permit. So all this license and permits will help you open a business bank account that is going to be connected to eBay, that it's the place where you're going to receive the money from the sale. So all this is essential and very important for you to have clear in how you're doing the business in eBay. So eBay, as many other platforms, is going to offer you reports of your activities and operations. This is going to be essential for your bookkeeping and to understand what is selling, what prices are working, and what are not working, so you can come and review all the time. It's, you know, evaluating your business to adjust it and be more effective. So how you're going to be having free listings, because that's going to depend on the level that you're going to operate your eBay store. So in the beginning, there's 50 free listings. So those 50, you're going to put them up and they're free. So the more you grow your business, and when you're in 200 listings, the more listings you put up, the more you need to move your business to different levels, and the cost of that landlord, as we were explaining in the beginning, is going to vary, is going to change, and it's going to go up. But the benefits are going to be even bigger. So we're going to see that in a few minutes, but you have to decide where you are in your business. And of course, what are your tax obligations? So what are the forms of payment of eBay? Now that we have a personal or a business account, you need to, there's going to be different types of ways of payment. One way is straight through PayPal. The client buys your product, pays you with PayPal, it goes straight to your bank. There's going to be fees, of course. PayPal requires fees, and it will go straight to you. There's other payments like checks and money orders, debit accounts. So when you set up your account, it's going to ask you what type of payment you're going to be using. So based on that payment, you can charge that. Some clients might say, no, I'm going to send it straight to your bank. So you have that communication can be done too. Okay. What would I need to start? What are the things that you think that you need to start your store on eBay? Number one, obviously, a computer. Why? Because it's going to be an online store. So you need to be able to go in your computer and operate from there. You can operate from your phone, but it's going to be a very limited source for you. So you have to have a computer, because the more you can operate from the computer, the better your pictures are going to look. You can edit, you can do much more. Of course, you're going to need a camera or a cell phone. Many now, with all those cameras, the cellulars have advanced so much in cameras that you can use your phone to take the pictures. Always make sure that you have the right light, because like the better the picture, the more attention you're bringing to that product, and the easier it's going to be sold. So always use the natural light as much as you can, and play with your item to get the perfect picture. A printer, yes, because you might be able to print the labels and stuff like that. The weighting scale, oh my God, this is so important, because nowadays shipping is so expensive that if you don't weight your product, it's going to be a challenge for you, because if you're going to put the shipping price and it's more than that, if it's going international, then it's even more than local. You might be not making the money that you're supposed to make. So having a scale, a weighting scale, where you put your product and you weight it, and understand that shipping in the United States is going to be so much, and shipping international is going to be this much. Now you can put the right shipping costs. Place to work and storage your merchandise and packing material. It's always, the more organized you are as a business owner, and the more organized your product is, the easier your life is going to be. Now, think that you now might have only 10 items. What if you get to 100 or 200 items? Where are you going to have them? How are you going to storage them? What is it going to be, a code? Is it by category? All that is important for you to start building that business organization, because the bigger you become, the bigger it's going to be the challenges. So this is something that since the beginning you have to model that process of what you're going to be doing with your business. So again, we know that we need an email account. Then we're going to need our eBay account, then your bank account, the method you receive payment. You're going to write it in your profile, which kind of payments you're receiving: PayPal, credit card, bank to bank. I don't know, it's up to you. And you're going to need your bookkeeping to be clear of how much money you're making, to make sure that this is a profitable business and that it really works for you. And of course, all the tax and legal requirements of the different states. If you're selling a product in California, you're going to have to pay the taxes of California. And many of these things, you set them up in your account. Okay. So how does the process work? So we start by opening an eBay account. We start by making small purchases in eBay. Why? Because that way you understand the system, the process, how people respond to you, and what kind of products are there. What is it that you like there, right? Remember that we always start doing our business with a big why in ourselves. Why are we doing this? So it has to be something that you really like, that you feel passionate about it, so you're able to operate in a world of something that you like. Because if you don't like it, it's not going to work. So the more you understand eBay, the more you buy stuff, you're going to be able to see the process and understand the system better. Now, number 3, it says research how your eBayers do their listing for ideas. And this is crucial. We were in one of our eBay classes, and we had this one of our speakers talking about her experience in eBay, and she was saying, she does swimming suits, so this is all her summer business, but during the winter and fall, her sales go down. So in between, she goes to stores, 99-cent stores and places like that, and she buys anything she finds that is attractive for her point of view. For example, all the Disney toys and stuff like that, and she goes to eBay, checks what that a specific item is being sold in any other store. She sees the price, she sees the description, how they're described, and she sees the weight, so she can compare with hers. She sees the pictures, how they take the pictures, and that's how she puts it up. First, she does a research, and then she puts it up. So understanding the competition is crucial in eBay and in any business, but here you're competing with everybody with the same type of products. So that is so essential for you to understand how they're doing it, so you can do it good, better, or even much better than them. Okay. Observe if the item purchased is as described and the packing. So one of the points here is, if when you buy any product from an eBay store, understand how they're mailing it to you, how it looks, and if the descriptions is exactly the same as what you were supposed to buy. If all this is good, write a feedback. Why? Because the feedback is what the seller is, it's like the report card of that store. And by getting good feedback, the stores get better conditions in eBay, and your store in the future will have it too. Well, okay, so we kind of know already how we're doing this. So let's see if we're ready. What are we gonna sell? This is the difficult part, because each person is unique. Each person has his own taste. Each person has his own ideas, and each person has his garage full of stuff that can be the first steps to open that's a store. So one of the biggest categories is electronics. The second one is fashion, all the clothing, especially for kids. You know, you can bundle all this uh, and there are not much goes for it to the collectibles world and be one of them, to understand how they think and how they will act and what impulse buys they will have that will benefit you. Vintage, you know, we're always going back to the 70s in fashion, or 60s, or any other time. So this is an important activity for jewelry, for watches, right? For shoes, for clothing, things that have a vintage value. So if you're in that world, check all the eBay stores in vintage and see what you find there, that it could be interesting, that it's you know, getting all this dust in your garage, and you can clean it and take good pictures and make some money out of that. So what is the pricing? So there's a principle here that you have to take with eBay, that you are substituting a garage sale. So the pricing is essential here. This has to be a good deal. It's not going to be the regular price of a store. It has to be much better. And you have to be very aggressive with the pricing. And who's going to guide you? The competition. So research first before putting an item up there. Again, going back to shipping costs, that kills any online store. You know, if you're going to mail books, oh my Lord, they're so heavy. Paper is so heavy. So you have to be very sensitive with that. And nowadays, nobody wants to pay shipping. They want to buy something that says free shipping. It's included in the price. It's not free. You're paying already for it. You know, it's coming from the margin that the owner is putting on that item. So free shipping is a big thing. So calculate that. You know, I have a store on another marketplace, and it's Etsy. And one day I got an order from a client from Australia, and my calculations were 14. You know, my store has an international fee of $14, and when I was going to mail it, it said $30. I will almost die there, because you know, it takes all the margin. And I was able to go back, review the system, and redo it, and it came out to $14. So again, we need to be very sensitive with shipping. This is the biggest challenge of the online business. and world. And if you need to become a master, because it changes by location, by size of the box and everything. So some of the stores have you know, the postal office has this boxes in UPS, and all of them have a master box that has a unique price, and it accepts all the weight that you want. Learn about all those different size boxes and use them as your opportunity to reduce shipping costs. Okay. So creating your first listing. So now we're in business here. We decided that we're going to put the first item. And to explain you about other what stores are doing or people are doing, I have a client that her husband was doing going to work for a air conditioning company, where he went and changed, you know, all the air conditioning systems. And because in US it's easier to come put a new one and trash the old one, he knew that in those items that were trash, there was all these pieces that were still usable. So he asked the owner of the business he was working at, and he said, yeah, they're trash. I'm already trashing them. Do whatever you want with them. So he started pulling out the pieces. And I was meeting with his wife, because she came for consulting to us. And she was telling me that that he brought all these pieces, that she was taking the picture and put it on eBay, and she was making $75,000 a year at home. You know, she was taking care of her kids, and ching ching, when the ching ching came out on the sound of the computer, she wanted to see and which piece was sold. She put it in a box and ship it. So this can be another source of income for you. It's another source of marketing for the business that you already have. And definitely it's working for many people around the world. So how we're going to create our first listing? Use the best photos. That's given. If you don't have a good picture, you're not going to be able to present your product to the eyes of the consumer with a hook of come by me. So if you don't have a good picture, take it again and refresh them as many times as you can to get to the best picture. Create a very detailed description of your item. Why? Because people want to know what they're getting. And of course, you have to tell the truth of what you're selling. And if you go to the competition, you'll see how they describe the item. The more details, the more effective this is going to be in communicating what you have. Choose the format more favorable for your kind of item. We're going to see the types of ways to sell in a few seconds. It's on the right. So you have to choose how you're going to sell it and what type. If it's a fixed price, this is the price I sell it and that's it, like any other store, or different options. The keywords, as we were saying before, these are for search engine optimization. So you have to have keywords that are the words that people put. Like you and me and everybody goes to Google. When you're going to search for something, you put a word, right? Or two words. That two words, the search engine optimization, the system that Google has, takes those two words and puts it against a product or an article or a magazine or anything. So those keywords that you use to Google, those are the keywords that need to be in your description so the item can be found. So that is so important. It's important to price the item right. Yes, we were talking about the pricing. We already talked a lot about that. So again, just check the competition. Consider accepting offers. That's another option, right? That you put a price and you say, okay, but I can accept this amount for an offer. Increase your visibility by using eBay marketing tools. They're gonna offer, they have all kinds of tools that you can use to promote your products and take advantage of them. Selling types. So there's 4 types of selling. One is the auctions. So the auctions are ways where you put an item, and you've seen it on TV when they put a art piece and say, this is at $1 million, and people say, no, $1,100,000, $1,150,000. So we know that process, right? So this is similar. You put a price and you let the buyers go crazy with your price. The other one is auction with buy now. So it says I have I declare a price and I say, okay, I start off $100, but if somebody offers me 150, boom, immediately I accept it and I close the option. So people can start 105, 110, and somebody comes, boom, 150, gone. And sometimes it happens with website domains, you know, when you're in auction. I don't know if you guys have done that. So it's just different experiences of what this means. Fixed price. So again, it's like a store. You come and you put a price and that's it. I'm not gonna move from there. I wanted $100 and that's it. And the best offer is a special possibility that the seller could put their listing accepting offers. So it's open, make me an offer, and we'll sell it from there. Okay, so now the item is sold. Now we're gonna do the packaging. Again, you need to look professional. You need to look as any big store. You don't wanna look little or with a bad box and, you know, ugly. No, you wanna look professional. You wanna look as any other big store. So verify the status of the sale, send the invoice to the buyer so they can pay you. You don't send the product until you get the money. And then you can use FedEx or you can use the postal office and you ship the package. Now, it's essential that you keep the tracking number and send it to the person that bought the product. Why? Because the tracking number, now you go to a website and you can follow the package where it's going. I sent a package to Germany and I sent it on December 11th. And it was January the 8th and still the package was not there. And my client was sending me, you know, well, I think it got lost. And so I was able to go to the post office and the lady in the post office told me it got to Germany on this date. It already cleared customs and it's going to be delivered today to the client. So I was able to tell her, hey, you're going to receive it today. But if I didn't have my tracking number, it will be a nightmare. So it's important even to, sometimes to take pictures. In one of my clients, I sent a package and when she received it with tape on it. And it was only one item when I had sent two. And she said, wow, you sent me only one. I had taken a picture and I sent her the picture. Look, I sent you three. And we compared the weight that she had and the weight of what I had sent. She went back to the post office and they said, look, oh yeah, probably it opened. Let's trace it. And they were able to find where the package had been opened and the item was waiting to be connected to somebody else. She showed my picture and they were able to put it together. So these are little tactics that you can have to protect yourselves. In addition, the faster you ship your product, the bestseller status that you get from eBay, and that helps you with other goodies that eBay has. Okay, so far so good, no questions? You can raise your hand and ask questions or send us comments so we can answer. Oh, here's something. Let's see what it is here. Let me see if I have any questions. I don't. Okay. eBay fees. We all have to pay for everything. Nothing is free in this world so far, right? That we know. PayPal fees, but also pay yourself. So it's important that the price makes sense. You know, it's important for you to understand what is your margin, what is the amount of money that you're making, because you're going to be working hard and at the end you're not making enough money. Doesn't make any sense. Now, again, this is stuff that is sitting there collecting dust in your garage. Well, but you want to make money too. So you need to be understanding how you're paying eBay, because eBay is going to charge you for everything. So you need to understand what are you paying. So as we said, when you start, you get 50 free listings. So from any listing higher than that, you're going to be paying 30 cents or 35 cents, depending on the deal that you have. So that's an insertion fee. So if you have, let's say, 100 items, you're going to pay, you're going to get free 50 items, and you're going to pay 35 cents for each 50 for the item 51 to, let's say, 100. So that's something they're going to be paying monthly. Now, they have different categories of the products. So for example, if you have music, records, eBay, accessories, or any item that you qualify in music, they're going to charge you a 10% fee when you sell it. So you have first the standard fee of 35 cents plus 10% of the sale. Okay, if you have books or movies, it's going to be a 12%. So now it's a maximum of $750. If you're sending a package that has $1,000 value, let's say, I mean, more than that, the 12% is more than 750, you pay a max of 750. Okay. Then other categories as heavy equipment, now it's not going to be 35 cents, it's going to be $20. They're going to charge you a 2% and a maximum fee of 300. And for example, musical instruments is free. And when you sell it, it's at 3.5% with a maximum fee of 350. So all these are different eBay fees. The insertion fee, good till cancel listing. This is a monthly one that you renew every month instead of having it 1 year. The final value, that is the cost, the percentage that you're going to be paying based on the price that you sold the product. And of course, shipping is considered part of the value. So the eBay will charge you the shipping. So that's why shipping is so important, not only because it's very expensive, but because the higher the shipping, because you didn't do the correct packaging, the more you're going to pay eBay. So all these fees, you need to understand them. And the more you practice, the easier it's going to come for you to understand the different math that is involved. And this way, you know how much you're making. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so now you own your virtual store and you're reaching the markets all over the world. So there's what are the things that eBay is going to offer you and what things you're going to need from them. So if you see your business in a different way, you're going to have employees to do shipping or employees to handle the marketing and things like that. So you're saving money in all that and giving you the possibility of starting with only 50 items that you can start your business. So in a way, you're getting some savings because you're getting all this free listing. Now, how to increase your traffic? You can go to eBay to understand the algorithms to create more traffic to your store, and they can give you that support. They have people that you call the 800, you chat with them and all that to create this traffic to your store. You create your own brand, right? You become a brand in the online business, because the more you sell, the more people know you, the more people are going to come back to you when you have unique items that they are looking for. And you can design those pages. eBay will provide the templates to do it. You can do it outside. You can hire somebody to do it for you, but it's very simple. In eBay, they offer you all the tools to do it. Listing optimizations. They have different offers that you can study of how to increase the visibility of your product. It will show up first, depending on the requirements they have. You can take vacations. That's a good one. You can put your store on vacation mode, so you can go for a week and the store stays there, but there's nothing going on because it says that you're on vacation. And they have dedicated customer service that helps you in any circumstances. So I think this is powerful, and it's all included in the package. So you don't have to pay extra for many of the services, and so for some you'll have to, but it's worth a lot of much money that what you're paying. Okay, so far so good. Let me see if we have any questions. No questions. Okay, let me see here. Okay, compare prices. So when we talk about pricing, and it's interesting that it all depends on your strategy, and I recommend that you read online. There's a lot of information in regards to the strategies that are better suited for you. But there's 4 levels: the starter, the basic, the premium, and the anchor. In the starter, you're paying $7.95 a month to have the store open. If you pay it annually, instead of paying it monthly, you open your store and you pay it annually, then the price goes down to half, almost half, that is $4.95 a month. With this $4.95 a month, you get 100 free listings. So if you're a small company, you can do 100 items, and the cost per item, it will be 30 cents. Now, if you go to basic, it moves to $27 a month, but you get 250 listings, and anything over 250, let's say you have 300, will cost you 25 cents. So the prices change. The premium, and if you pay it annually, it's going to be $21.95 a year, per month, but you have to do it yearly. So if we go to the calculator, so if it's $21.95 times 12, we're talking about $263 a year. So that will cost you 250 free items. Now the premium is the regular price is $74.95 a month, but if you go annually, it will be $59. So if it's $59.95 times 12, that takes your store to $719.40 for the year, but gives you at 500 items, and it's 10 cents. And if you buy it annually, it will take you to 1,000 free listings with 5 cents each. So see, if you go to the premium, that's for big store. If you pay annually, you get even more and more discounts. So depends on how big your business is going to be. The anchor, for example, is going to be more related to bigger numbers. And it's interesting how the jump goes. It costs you, if you go annually, $299 a month. But if you pay it annually, it's going to give you 10,000 items, and it's going to be 5 cents. So as you can see, the prices vary depending on how many the listings that you want to put. That's what measures everything. And definitely it takes you to this chart that we have in this presentation will guide you a little bit better. So if you're in that thousands, that's the premium one. The insertion fees is $332. With a premium store subscription fees, insertion fees will be $0 for those 1,000. Now, if you sold those 1,000 items, the final value fee is $1,000. But if you pay annually, then you pay $615. $10 per sold item, subscription $0, subscription fee here $59, and $10,000 in sales. At the end, the fees are going to be $674. So, the bigger negotiations you make, the lower the price you pay in eBay. And of course, the bigger you are, the better deals you're going to get. So when we're doing business, there's direct cost and indirect cost. So the indirect costs, sometimes we don't pay attention to them. So it's important to add this to your price. So we know that payment processors, there's systems that you're going to be using, they're going to charge you a percentage. There's cost unpacking, because the tapes, the boxes, the tissue paper, whatever you're using for your shipping has a cost. The cost of storage, it may be in your garage, but there's a portion of that cost that is going to your business. The license and taxes and fees, all this that you're going to be paying to operate. The business license is something that you have to get every year, and the bigger you become, the more taxes you're going to pay. So All these are operation fees that you need to consider. The marketing, any extra tools that you're going to get, a better camera, a photographer, anything that you're getting to make a better look of your business, it's part of the cost of operation. The Wi-Fi, that is something that you're going to be using for your business. So that's a extra cost that you need to consider. Utilities, electricity, water, anything you're going to be needing to operate, it's part of the deal. The bookkeeping, you know, why? Because at the end of the year, you need to file your taxes, and this is income. It's income that's coming to your household. You need to do your taxes for your corporation, for your DBA, anything related to the business, there's going to be a cost. So this has to be considered. And of course, all the sales tax and any other taxes that you'll have to be paying to operate. Okay. So I'm finalizing right here, and I just want to open for questions and really tell you that any small business that you're going to be operating has costs, but the most important thing is to be able to identify the profit. This relationship that you're going to be creating by developing your business has to give you a profit. If not, you know, this is a hobby and it's not going to be good for you, because you're going to spend time, effort, and, you know, time that might be, you might have a job and you come home, and from the time off that you have, you're building this business. You got to be very smart in your pricing and very smart on researching the competition. eBay is a big platform that really is going to help you if you are careful enough to understand the pricing and careful enough of understanding shipping and using the marketing tools that they provide that can help you, like understanding your keywords and of course, and moving your merchandise, understanding what really sells, what really stays there, and it's taking one of your free items sitting there and not moving, just take it out and bring another one. And like everything, right? If the more you operate it, the more you learn about it, the more you get and read and research, the better for you, the more information you're going to be able to develop, and the better the decisions that you're going to make. So you are the owner, your own business. To all your extent, it's yours. It's your website. It's going to look as you like it to look. The wording is going to be your wording. The pictures are going to be yours. This is your business. You're only operating on a rent space, on an online store that is the one that is going to put your products out to the world. And just wish you the best success. So let me see if there's any questions. So far, so good. Okay, so again, this webinar is brought to you by the California Women's Business Centers. It's 13 women business centers across California. You can see there the website. They have a Facebook that is called California WC Network. And the website is californiawbc.org. Please go there, find out which women business center is closer to you, and find out of all the amazing services they have for free. So take advantage. This is a federal government program. It's from the SBA. So they have a zillion possibilities of helping you in your business. And of course, we're inviting you to March 18th, 2 weeks from now. We're going to have our next webinar, and it's all about the art of the price. And as we were talking in eBay of all the challenges that there are in putting in setting up a price, in the art of the price, you're going to go and find out all the tools and how to put that correct price. So again, it's at 12, and please join us then. And thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to check if there's any question again in here. Nope. Oh, there's a chat. Let me see. Okay, Rosa is Rosa Barrera is asking about taxes. Rosa, the taxes in general are going to be the sales tax that is going to be determined by each state. And in California, if you sell to anybody in California, you'll have to pay the sales tax. That you can put it in the product or put it on the side. Okay, I hope I answered the question. And please, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us anytime via email. And thank you so much for joining us today. And of course, this webinar is going to be on YouTube for you guys to visit it again. Thank you again and see you next time. Bye now.